My name is Alan Dillingham. I'm the producer of Frostbite.
My name is Paco Roberts, and I will be the director for the Frostbite project that we have coming up, produced by Kill Attainment Films.
My name is Mark Hensley, and I'll be the DP on this film, which I'm pretty excited about because I've done a lot of different little films, short films, a couple features, but in the truest sense, I consider this to be my first zombie film.
Well, the key to making a good production is going to start with your people. You share the passion of the story, you share the passion of what everybody does for their jobs, and you try to make them all come together and share that one vision. If you can get passionate people to share a singular vision, there's nothing that can stop them.
It is another zombie movie. We do have a spin on the story. I'm not going to say too much at the moment because we want to keep some secrets to the storyline.
I think what drew me to this particular project was, I've worked with Alan, who's our producer on one of his other films, and I really love his ability to not be afraid, to kind of go all out.
We want to take the classics of the classic zombie films with a newer type of zombie films and find a balance in which we can just tell the story the best that we're able to.
One thing, I guess the other thing that was kind of interesting to me is that, as a DP, I think that obviously, every story has a director's and the producers and writers' perspective and kind of framework on it. And within limits, that's what you're working with. But in talking with Alan, who's our producer, and Seth Roberts, who's our director, I brought some ideas to the table, and they were really open to those ideas. And I think to me that's kind of an attractive thing.
The one thing that makes these features possible is the generosity of private citizens and companies that see value in art, that see value in storytelling. And regardless of the genre, the storytelling it changes lives. Even in the worst of times, you think back in our historical past as a nation or any time, that art is the one thing that's been consistent, that has grown, that has changed, that has been a guiding force for a lot of people. You can think of any of your favorite stories or movies, and they stick with you forever.
By talking, working together collaboratively as a team and kind of saying, okay, here's the idea of what we're going to do, and here, we're going to do a zombie film, and hey, that's cool. We took it from just a zombie film that would be kind of, like any good zombie film, has a kind of a story, certain sort of story arc to it. And we found a way to spin this into a whole new kind of direction. I don't want to say, I think it would be boastful to say we've given a zombie story a story. But in a way, we've tried to at least work very hard within the limits of our budget to do just that, to go beyond the basic, somebody drops a chemical bomb, barrel in the lake, everybody gets poisoned, they turn into zombies. We're not doing that. We found a new way to kind of bring the whole idea of what has turned people into zombies. And I think that's going to make this an exciting project. And I think like I said, the idea that we can craft a story around that, for me as a DP, is interesting because then we've got, we're working on a much richer story and a much richer set than we would have otherwise if we had just kind of gone the whole, hey, we've got an old building, let's put people in it and let's get them chased by zombies because it's kind of apocalyptic, So, and we're not doing that. This is not apocalyptic.
I have to tell you, I've worked in film in places throughout the country. Before Maine, my last place was in El Paso, where we produced a ghost hunting television show for Spanish TV. And that was a lot of fun. So I've worked both in television and motion picture. But there is nothing, and I mean nothing, like the film community in Maine.
I mean, we do a lot of low-budget films here in Maine. We wish they weren't always low budget, but they are. But, I think a lot of people attack low budget and they say, okay, what can we do with this little bit of money or whatever it is? And they kind of think small, they go small. Alan's not afraid to go big. And I was drawn into his a film that we worked on not too long ago called Essential Realism. And now he's asked me to DP here on Frostbite. And I jumped at that chance. Because I just think I'm looking forward to being involved in the project a little earlier on than I was in the other one.
Well, you get people who are volunteers who work harder than people who get paid to do the same job. It touches you. You know, they're standing on their feet all day. They're thirsty. They're hungry. They're climbing mountains. You know, they're falling down. They're carrying equipment. They're taking direction, and they stay calm and they do their best. 16-hour days. You know, there's no community like that outside the state of Maine.
And it's kind of interesting because, you know, you live in Maine. It seems like almost everybody who's a filmmaker here in Maine has done some sort of zombie film. And like I said, I've worked on one before, but this is the first time that I actually get to DP the film. So I'm really excited about that. And also I think we've got a kind of a unique take on the whole zombie genre, which, you know, you can say, wow, yeah, it was going to be these zombie ninjas or something like that. No, we really think we've got something that's a little different. And I think that's going to make it even a little more interesting to do, both for me to shoot it and for everyone who's going to be involved in it.
I remember working on that zombie feature, you know, and we didn't pay anybody, and it was 3 months, a period of 3 months of shooting. And everybody showed up on time. Nobody got paid. Everybody worked hard, and we produced an amazing feature. So, you know, but you can't do it with zero money. You know, the best that we can do at this point to reward those hardworking people that make our projects possible is to ensure that we are providing them with food, with water, with first aid kits, with a place to get warm, because we'll be shooting in the middle of February.
Another thing that we need to do is make sure that the production value meets with what people want to see, and sometimes that includes like special effects and certain props or stuff that we would need to make the story and the original vision come true.
You know, those who appreciate art, those who appreciate storytelling, those who appreciate, you know, the hard work that these volunteers put into making productions possible will see the value of contributing. And of course, you can't do that for free, you know. And one thing that makes these features possible is the generosity of private citizens and companies that see value in art, that see value in storytelling.
We really just want to ask for your help in making this a different story, a different zombie film. And I know you're thinking, yet another zombie film. And we promise you it's not going to be yet another zombie film.
So I would like to ask you personally if you would be willing to help us to make this project become a reality.
So please consider donating what you can, because every little bit helps. It adds up quickly.
We know we can do something different. We've got a totally different genre, different idea for what makes a zombie happen. And I know with your help, you can make it happen as well. And we're going to have some really cool rewards for you in doing so. And so anything you can do, whether it be $5, $10, $100, that would be awesome. But anything in between will really be appreciated. Thank you.
That we're able to feed our crew, supply them with water and heat, keep everyone safe, and produce the best product possible. Thank you.
So we just want to thank you for your donations, and we look forward to telling this exciting story.